Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I wanted to go over the claim that a lot of real estate agents are making these days. They're claiming to have off-market opportunities. For starters, I just proved out that my method is effective and my method is actually true. So let me give you a little bit of backstory. I sold a house in Serra Mesa on Mission Village Road. It's a very busy road. Met a couple of buyers at the open house and made a relationship with one of them where they hired me to be their realtor. We looked at everything on the market and there was just like little pieces missing. So what we did is we went on to my skip tracing tool to where we could identify the location by drawing a square around what it is that they wanted. And then we started dialing stuff in: bedrooms, bathrooms, pool, square footage, whether or not it's a single family home, detached, no condos. So when I first drew the box in this tool, and by the way, I can't show you the tool. I did show you the tool and then I posted the video, and YouTube didn't like it because it was showing like names and addresses and stuff. So I think that if we can jump on a Zoom call, then I can do a screen share with you and we can work through getting the list dialed down to you. But anyway, when we drew the square or polygon of the area that this buyer is specifically wanting to be in, we then dialed it down. There was 980 something properties. When we put in single family detached, that went down to like 600, and then we started dialing down bedrooms, bathrooms, and pool. So I ended up with a list of about 300. I think it was like 328 or 329, something like that. And exported that list, paid for the data, and then put it into my dialing system, and I just started dialing. So now I know if they pick up the phone and they are the owner of that property, that property is going to be a good fit for this particular buyer, right? Oh man, my shirt is all kinds of weird looking. Anyway, the it'll be a good fit for the buyer. So I did a few hours of phone calling. I made about 5 leads. One of them I met with yesterday, and they are willing to move forward at a market price. So now we're going to be showing not just these buyers, but 2 sets of buyers this particular property in order to see if they're wanting and willing to move forward on it. It might be a good fit for one of them. It might be a good fit for both of them. It might not be a good fit for either of them. And in doing so, I'm helping out that homeowner to where they know now, after 2 people see it, 2 people that are hungry for the statistics of seeing it, they'll know exactly what it is that changed their minds, these serious buyers' minds about it. So I just wanted to share this with you. The last video was a lot longer. If I could just interject here that this is by far the highest level of buyer's agent responsibility and service to you, and I would highly suggest that either you work with me or work with somebody who is going to be doing this, because it's not just about phone calls. There's also emails that we send out, and there's also mailers that we can mail directly to the prospects. And for the ones that are really narrowed down to where we think that they might actually be super likely to sell, and the buyers are very serious about that property, that they wouldn't turn it down if it did become available, we can also do some handwritten notes, which end up coming across very good and received well by the sellers. If you are at all interested in working with me on that, it doesn't matter what market you're in, whether you're in San Diego here, where I'm going to help you directly, me and my buyer's agents are going to help you, or if you're in Texas or Oklahoma or Georgia, it doesn't really matter, because I can narrow down the list and we can get to calling them and seeing who is the next person to sell. And what this does is it makes it to where you're not just a slave to the market, right? Because somebody will announce that they're selling today and it doesn't come to the market for like 2 to 4 weeks, depending on who they're working with on the sale, and of course working with their schedule. But in this way, we can get somebody that's thinking about it that might be 2 or 3 months away, and you might have to wait for that 2 or 3 months to either close escrow or take possession of the property. But it's just a nice way of not having to compete with the market. I would not at all think that we should be using this to take advantage of sellers or get the properties at a lower price. As a matter of fact, when I meet with these sellers, I end up having the conversation with them where it's basically like they're going to give you your price, or they'll give you a lower offer, and then we can list it at right above that offer and let the market decide and tell us what the house is actually worth. And then we can circle back to that buyer, you, and give you, first right of refusal, last right of refusal kind of deal. But I hope this helps. I hope you see some value in this, and if you're not going to approach me, take this video, share it with your realtor, and if they want me to help them do what I'm doing, I'm more than willing to help them do what I'm doing, and we can make an arrangement to where that's available for them. All right, thanks for your time. I hope that you've grabbed some value out of this, and I look forward to working with you. Bye.